Yo everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to my channel, welcome to another video, and today I'm going to be doing a full day of eating whatever I want, Christmas edition. Because it is December, it is the festive period, it is the time of year where it's okay to be a little bit more relaxed with your nutritional goals, so I'm looking forward to taking the foot off the gas a little bit today and just trying a few festive treats without stressing out about calories. But remember, there is a difference between taking a more relaxed approach and consuming like 10,000 calories in one day. So I am going to be finding somewhat of a middle ground today. And yeah, I do have a good few spots in mind that I want to hit up. It's raining outside, it's a bit miserable, but it is what it is. But yeah, let's get this show on the road. Okay, so I've just pulled up outside at Costa Coffee. It's so close to where I live, probably like less than 100 meters, which is very handy. I would usually walk, but it's just so wet and cold and rainy that I decided to take the car. But yeah, Costa have some very nice bits on their festive menu. Haven't really tried any of them because I knew I was doing this video, so I said I would hold off. So yeah, I'm buzzing to see if it lives up to their marketing. And the great thing about Costa as well, and just pretty much most coffee shops, fast food restaurants, most chains anyway, is that they have the nutritional information on their menu or on their website. So yeah, it'll be good to see what we are working with there as well. Okay, we have got the goods. The one thing about coffee shops is that they are just so expensive. Honestly, you spend a bomb in there. It's like $5 for a bottle of water. It's not a $5, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I got this turkey and the trimmings toasty. They heated this up. I got another one as well for rate. So this is what we are working with. And in the sandwich, there is 460 calories and 24.5 grams of protein, which for, you know, a standard sandwich out of a coffee shop, that's not too bad. It's okay. I got a small Terry's chocolate orange hot chocolate, which is kind of hard to show you without the whole thing spilling over. But this is unbelievable. Me and Rach absolutely love these. Rach has gotten a couple of this year. I've just actually had a few sips of hers. I haven't gotten one to myself, so I'm looking forward to enjoying this. They've got a few different flavors in there, but this is so good. It comes with a little Terry's chocolate orange chocolate as well. And last but not least, I'm very interested to try this mince tart. I don't know if this is a weird thing to say, but I have never ever had one of these in my life. Looking at it now, I'm not sure what I'm gonna think. I don't really know what's going on. But yeah, let's go with the toasty first. It's just so awkward when this happens at the table and you're like, especially with people you don't know. So awkward. What the hell is this? Okay, this is better than I thought. I didn't realize that there was bacon in there, but there is bacon in there. There is cranberry sauce and there is some stuffing in the mix as well. This is a good sandwich. Really good. If you have a Costa close by, definitely recommend this. All right, let's take a sip of our hot chocolate. Oh, unreal. I know it's a bit of a boring thing to say, but I'm always a bit reluctant to use up a lot of calories on things like hot chocolate and cappuccinos. I usually rather getting my calories from food, but you know, around Christmas you have to have a couple of hot chocolates. It just has to be done. And this one is a great show. Okay. All right, moment of truth. I am not a picky eater, so unless this is disgusting, I should be able to get through it handy enough. Not what I expected. I kind of went through the motions there. But yeah, it's a lot sweeter than I thought. I suppose I should have expected that because it is a bit of a sweet treat. And, you know, I probably wouldn't get it again because there's just way better options if you are treating yourself in the likes of Costa. Like, they've got, like, Rocky Road pieces and chocolate brownies and cookies and things like that. But yeah, it's okay. Okay, that was pretty good. A good start to the day. And over the last few days, actually, I've been doing a bit of reflecting on the last year, something that I like to do from time to time. Just about, you know, the lessons that I've learned, maybe the breakthroughs that I have made in 2021. And yeah, I thought it'd be kind of cool to give you a little insight into how I've been thinking and just into the lessons that I have learned this year. You know, because it's been tough. It's been a bit of a crazy year for everybody. But yeah, it's definitely been a big learning curve. And yeah, the first one is a bit of a cliche, but honestly, it is just so true. It's been demonstrated to me again this year, and that is that consistency is absolutely key. And let me explain. So I think, you know, the main one here is YouTube, and I've been posting on YouTube for about 4 years. I don't know if it's over 4 years. I actually think it could be. And up until the beginning of last year, I had about 2,000 subscribers. And, you know, that's not like... that's quite a lot of people. Like, if you put 2,000 people in a room, you'd be like, Jesus, there's a lot of people in here. But at the same time, when you watch people blow up around you, when you hear about these overnight sensations, and you just see people doing so much better than you, reaching a much wider group of people, you start doubting yourself. You start thinking, you know, is this for me? Do I have what it actually takes? And this is a bit off topic, but I actually remember just driving in my car. I remember where I was going and all. It must have been, it was probably like 2 years ago now. I hadn't moved out at the time. It was maybe about 2 years ago. And I was just getting so worked up over absolutely everything, overthinking everything I was doing in my life, from, you know, my profession, from, you know, YouTube, from am I going to make it, from, you know, is my brand ever going to be as big as I want, am I going to, you know, help as many people as I want. And it just all got too much, and my heart was just beating out of my chest. I was starting to find it hard to breathe, so I had to pull over, and I remember ringing Rach and just completely breaking down. And yeah, I suppose just to look back on moments like that, like real low points, I've had a few of those moments, not gonna lie. And yeah, just to know that they didn't break me, and I'm sitting here today in a much better position. Yeah, you know, it makes me proud. And, you know, I think there are some things in life that you do need to draw a line under and just say, okay, enough is enough. This isn't for me. But I just knew under it all that this wasn't one of them. And yeah, I'm so proud that I just kept going. And yeah, that's definitely lesson number one. Consistency is key. Consistency beats everything. Yo, people, just wanted to pop a quick clip into this video and let you know that there's only a few spaces left on my transformation program. This has been my busiest December ever. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's something to do with the pandemic, but people are just getting ahead of the game. People are getting themselves booked in for January and just making sure they are setting themselves up for a very successful 2022. So, you know, if that sounds like something that you need, you know, if you are just in a place now where you are not happy, if you maybe been going around in circles for the last few years with your training, with your nutrition, you're not really making any progress in terms of your physique, and you're just finding it hard to nail down a routine, and it's affecting your confidence as a result, your happiness as a result, your day-to-day life as a result, then this is something that you just need to consider. Because at the end of the day, you know, what is the point in taking that risk? You know, if this is something that you have been struggling with for a year or a number of years already, then do not take the trial and error approach any longer and risk being in the same position in 3 months time, in 6 months time, this time next year, because that is what happens to so many people. And instead, just take the guesswork out of it. Get that plan in place that you need in terms of training, in terms of nutrition. Get that support in place that you need. Get those check-ins in place that you need. Get that accountability from a coach in place that you need. And when you make that decision and take that control and take the guesswork out of it, that is when you really start seeing results. And it's not like you will need a coach forever, but oftentimes for you to get from the place you are now to the place that you really, really want to be, in terms of your physique, in terms of your happiness, in terms of your confidence, you just need help. And that's okay. We all need help in certain areas. So yeah, I will leave the link to my coaching application form in the comment section below. It will be the pinned comment at the top. Take a little bit of time to fill it out. It doesn't take that long anyway. And yeah, I will be in touch and we will go from there. Okay, I have just filled up on some petrol, and this petrol station conveniently, coincidentally, has a Subway in it. So yeah, I'm going to go in and see what festive subs they have on the menu. I haven't had a sub in ages. I don't remember the last time I had a sub, so I'm actually buzzing. And yeah, let's see how it goes. Ooh, okay, so they didn't have any festive subs, so I just got myself a festive water instead. LOL, just kidding. I need to start a comedy channel on the side. This is a messy boy. Ooh, this is too messy. Whoever made this needs to do their training again. This is unbelievably messy. Actually, he was sound, so I take that back. Alright, so this is the only way I can show you without this sub falling to pieces. But basically, I got, it's called a tiger pig roll. I think that's what it's called, and it's basically just a massive pig in a blanket, which for those of you who are not familiar with that term, it is just sausage wrapped in bacon. As you can see, I got some veg on there as well, so lettuce, onion, some peppers as well. I got ketchup, and then I got some cheese, which does not look very appealing, but I'm sure it'll taste better. All right, let's give it a go. I'm usually a massive Subway fan, so hopefully this does not let me down. I don't know. I think I need another bite. Okay, so it definitely doesn't blow my mind. You know, for the calories that it has, it is definitely higher in calories than my usual sub by about 200 calories. It's not as nice. I would still go with my usual sub 10 times out of 10. And when you are, you know, going for something with more calories, you want there to be a bit of a reward there. You want to be like, okay, this is actually worth it. And yeah, this isn't. I would actually much prefer the turkey and trimmings toasty from Costa than this, 100%. So the turkey and trimmings toasty, I think that had 460 calories. This is over double that. I would much prefer 2 of those sandwiches versus one of these footlongs. So yeah, that's a little bit disappointing. I think I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. I had no expectations. They were actually out of tiger bread as well. I had to get 9-grain wheat, so it could taste nicer on the actual tiger bread. So yeah, it is what it is. And I actually wanted to touch on my second big lesson of 2021, and that is the new routine that I've gotten myself into, the new morning routine. And it actually stemmed from COVID, because when gyms are closed in Ireland, I was training out of my friend's garage. But the thing is, there were a number of us training there, and it was kind of hard to know when people were going to be there, when people weren't going to be there. It was just out the side of his sister's house as well. It was actually her garage, so I was quite wary of going there and maybe stepping on their toes. You know, it just wasn't mine. So I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't annoying anybody. So I said, screw it. Like, what I'm going to do is get up really, really early, get to the gym so I just know that there's going to be nobody there, get my session done, and I will have the rest of my day to myself. So yeah, I start getting up at 5:30 in the morning. I was training from 6 to 7, and ever since then, ever since gyms have opened, I've just stayed in that routine. And you know, training that early, training first thing in the morning, it isn't for everyone, but for me it just works so well. Because before, I used to train midday or something like that, but I used to always find myself getting quite carried away with work, so I delay my gym session by 30 minutes, then by 60 minutes, and then when it was time to go, I'd nearly be dragging myself away because there was already so much on my mind from the day. But now I just get it done first thing. You know, I love starting the day on my own terms, how I want to start my day. You know, it's me time, and yeah, it always, you know, makes me feel a lot more productive and in a better mood going into the day. And even on my rest days, I always try and stay in this kind of routine. I don't get up at 5:30 every morning. For example, on the weekends, I'll lie in a little bit longer, but I always like to start the day on my own terms with a little bit of activity. So whether it's the gym, whether it's going for a walk, something to just get me moving, something to get those endorphins flowing. Yeah, I've just found that is absolutely key for me and my mental health, pretty much. But yeah, this full day of eating whatever I want is far from over yet, so strap yourselves in, and yeah, let's go to the next meal. I am in McDonald's now. I got myself a festive stack. It actually looks really, really good. So we have 2 burgers here. There's a couple of strips of bacon. There's a bit of cheese on there as well. Okay, this is actually really, really good. It wipes the floor with the Subway, 100%. I was wondering what the sauce was, and it's a red onion chutney, which is something I would never, ever usually go for. I don't even know if I've had chutney in my life. But yeah, it's really, really good. And in the whole thing, there's 42 grams of protein. There's 694 calories, so it is quite calorie dense, but I actually think it's worth it. Definitely recommend it. All right, let's give this pie a go. I'm gonna be all pied out by the end of this video. This looks pretty good. Let's see what the crunch is like. Okay, so this is a mincemeat and custard pie, and I'm not a pie connoisseur, so I honestly have no idea what I'm talking about, to be honest. But when I compare this to the mince tart that I had in Costa, this is way better again. Overall, very impressed with this meal. Okay, so you were probably wondering how I'm feeling after a Costa, after a Subway, and after a McDonald's. And honestly, I'm feeling pretty good, I have to say. And the main reason for that is because this isn't a cheat day. You know, I'm not force feeding myself. I do not have a set calorie target that I just need to reach, and instead I'm just kind of going with the flow, you know. So if I get something and I really like it, I'm gonna eat it, but you know, if I don't like something, for example the tiger sub, which was way below par, or I'm just feeling a little bit full, I'll leave the rest. And this is the kind of approach that I always take to the days that I am not tracking, because although, you know, I think calorie and macro tracking is a really, really useful tool, something I use, something that's so great for helping you reach your targets as quickly and as and as efficiently as possible. I also like the idea of not having to rely on it 24/7, you know, so I don't like feeling, you know, on days that I'm not tracking, I am completely losing control, and as a result, I'm gonna go way overboard because I just feel quite anxious about it. I feel quite stressed about it, and instead I really focus on just maintaining that sense of control. So when I'm eating, I do things like chew my food slowly. I might put my fork down between bites. I might try and focus more on, you know, the conversation that I'm having with others as opposed to just the food. And you know, when I'm starting to feel quite full, I'll say, okay, you know, that is enough. I might want more because it's just tasty, but I do like to practice that sense of self-control because I just feel like it is a really useful tool to have in your toolbox. And that is what I recommend for all of you on the days over Christmas that you are not tracking 100%. We're all gonna have some of those days, so enjoy yourself to the fullest. Make sure you don't feel guilty about not tracking, because you should not feel the need to track 365 days per year. But at the same time, you know, do your best to maintain some form of balance. Do your best to not, you know, go way overboard to the point that you are just feeling so guilty about what you've eaten and you're waking up the next day feeling almost sick. We've all been there before. So yeah, enjoy it, please enjoy it, but at the same time, you know, use it as an opportunity to prove to yourself that, you know, this calorie tracking app, it isn't taking over my life. You know, I can go a few days without using that app and I still feel like I can at least maintain where I'm currently at. But enough talking for now, and let's move on to what I think will be the main event of this video. Of course, I had to get a Domino's, of course. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually have high hopes for this. So Domino's have the festive one pizza. I actually haven't seen this yet, so you can get my live reaction. Ooh, I don't know. Okay, so on here, I'm just looking at it now. We have sage and onion, turkey, sausage, smoked bacon, onions and mozzarella, cheese on a Domino's tomato sauce base. I actually swapped that out for a barbecue base. I also got a Italian style crust instead of normal crust. I got reduced fat cheese instead of normal cheese, just to keep the calories down a little bit. This is a close-up. It actually looks better in the picture. I don't know why I expected it to look the very same, because things like that never ever look the very same. It's like a Big Mac in a picture versus a Big Mac in real life. They are very different. Let's give it a taste. I'm sure it'll taste good. Okay, so you definitely would need to be a big fan of stuffing to really enjoy this. It is definitely the overpowering flavor, but luckily enough I am. You know, it's definitely my favorite thing on my Christmas dinner plate. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. Let's go in again. It is quite Christmassy in fairness. Definitely Christmas vibes off that pizza. And to wash this down, I got a can of Coke Zero. Oh, yes. And as a little dessert, I got these After 8 cookies. And for those of you who don't know, After 8s are traditionally like, God, this is hard to show you. They are traditionally like a mint chocolate. For some reason, they are associated with the festive Christmas period. I'm not 100% sure why. If anybody knows, comment below and let me know, because yeah, I don't know what it is. Not a big fan of mint chocolate, but sure look. All right, so this is how we are looking on the inside. Do you know what? They're actually better than I thought. I would not order them again, which is kind of a theme throughout this video. What would I order again? I'd order that turkey and trimmings toasty again. I'd order the hot chocolate again. So Costa was strong, McDonald's was strong, Subway was weak. Would I order that pizza again? Probably not. I probably prefer my normal pizza, and I definitely prefer the normal chocolate chip cookies in Domino's over these. But at the same time, they are still decent. If you are a fan of mint chocolate, then you will definitely love these. All right, I am back home. I was going to do a couple of more lessons that I've learned this year, but I think the video was long enough as it is. I don't want to drag it out so it's super long. And with that being said, I am going to wrap it up there. If you have made it this far, I really appreciate it. And yeah, if you can, make sure you give the video a big thumbs up and comment below and let me know if you did enjoy it or you did take anything from it in terms of the lessons that I have learned, in terms of the Christmas tips that you may have gotten from the video. And yeah, I think this is going to be the last video that I do in 2022, I'm gonna take a couple of weeks off YouTube and just chill out and relax and unwind, and then push on again in the new year with lots of new content. But yeah, this has been a good year for me personally, and I really appreciate it because you have been a big part of that. So if you are new here, if you are here for a year, for a couple of years, if you are literally just here watching this video, then yeah, thank you. So yeah, that is that. If you celebrate Christmas, if you don't, I hope you have a good Christmas anyway. And yeah, I will chat to you in a couple of weeks. Have a good one.